What was your school's black market? My brother Stanley got sent to the ER over selling fake test answers for $5. It all started when our mom got diagnosed with cancer. Our dad worked 2 jobs trying to cover her medical bills, and Stanley picked up shifts at McDonald's after school, but we were still drowning in debt. One day, Stanley noticed this rich kid Brandon freaking out before a calculus test. Brandon offered him $20 for the answers. That's when the light bulb went off. Stanley was a straight-A student who never studied. He just had one of those brains that absorbed everything. He started small, selling answer keys to desperate rich kids for $5 each. Within a month, he had a whole operation running. He'd memorize test questions during first period, write perfect answer sheets during lunch, and sell them to kids in later periods. He even had a system where buyers would leave cash in specific library books, and he'd slip the answers inside when no one was looking. The money started flowing. $200 a day became normal. Stanley kept it hidden in an old Pokemon lunchbox under his bed. Every week, he'd secretly put some in Mom's purse or Dad's wallet. They thought they were just forgetting about extra cash they had. But then came midterms. The stakes were higher, and kids were willing to pay more. Stanley raised his prices to $20 per test. That's when Ashton, the principal's son, got involved. He wanted to partner up. He'd warned Stanley about surprise quizzes, and they'd split the profits. The operation got bigger than Stanley could handle. Soon, he was selling answers to half the school. Kids started fighting over who got the answers first. Some would try to resell them for double the price. It was chaos. One morning, Stanley walked into school and felt the tension immediately. Turns out Ashton had been selling fake answers, pocketing extra cash. When kids failed their tests, they blamed Stanley. A group of seniors cornered him in the bathroom. They demanded refunds, thousands of dollars he didn't have. When he refused, they started swinging. Stanley ended up with 3 broken ribs and a concussion. A janitor found him unconscious on the bathroom floor. At the hospital, everything came out. The principal was there, the police were called, and our parents were devastated. But then the nurse came in to discuss payment, and Mom pulled out her insurance card. That's when we discovered all our medical bills had been mysteriously paid off. Turns out Stanley had made over $40,000 in 6 months. Every penny went to Mom's treatment. The principal was speechless. The police officer just shook his head and said he'd never seen anything like it. They couldn't exactly praise him, but they couldn't fully punish him either. Stanley got suspended for 2 weeks, but the principal let him keep his perfect GPA, even offered to write him a college recommendation letter, saying anyone with that kind of business sense deserved a shot at a business degree. The black market died that day, but Stanley's legend lived on. But the real kicker? Mom beat cancer last year. The doctors said early treatment was crucial. If we'd waited for insurance approval, it might have been too late. Stanley never brags about it, but I know those illegal test answers saved our mom's life. He's at Harvard Business School now, got a full scholarship. His admissions essay was about unconventional entrepreneurship. Every time I visit him, there's a framed Pokemon lunchbox on his wall, only I know what it really means.